Sorry about that. Excuse me. Hang on tight. We'll start in like just a moment. I get water, use the restroom. Too long than I thought. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you guys know, this presentation is brought to you by elevate-trading.com. See your boy, Social Mother Effing Heavy. Everything seems to be working fine. Chat box about to be popped open, and we'll get this popping and going right now. I'm sorry about this kind of messing up here. Okay, chat box, cool. Alright. So welcome everybody. This is your boy Satoshi Mother Effin Heavy with a dose of crypto. No forex and no stocks because crypto has been the only thing that's been moving for us. Not moving for us, but it's just moving so well. There's no real point for us to be focused on anything else. So with that, grab your pens and papers, and we will begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let me pause this music. Okay, cool. Again, sorry for the little, kind of took a little bit to get started there. Again, welcome everybody to your boy, Satoshi Mother Effin Heavy. It's a dose of crypto, whatever you want to call it. We're going to cover the pairs, not the pairs, but the coins I tweeted about. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tezos, and ICX. For today, we'll start with Bitcoin as always. In my opinion, this is what's going to happen. My idea when I threw it to my group the other day, or before the weekend started, or yesterday, was this. Let's move here. One last high, this area, and then back down. Right. So we moved up, and now we're moving right down. In my opinion, this looks like a very valid impulse that finished. To me, this corrective piece here was part of this here. All these little corrective pieces mimic each other in time. This corrective piece doesn't make sense to anything except this corrective piece. So to me, this was like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a fifth and final move. This is a 3, and now we're correcting for this green 4. This is not bearish, but it is like you might want to like take caution with maybe some coins, maybe some alts. Be cautious if you're in some alts heavy, and if Bitcoin does drop like this, and the alts hold, you know that those alts are going to be good buys because in my opinion, this move is going to shake, get a lot of people bearish because look at this head and shoulder up here. Shoulder, head, right, and then shoulder, whatever. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, my meme, head and shoulder." It might break that neckline, you know, momentarily, but I think it's gonna hold and break for one more high, and that will be actual the sell. And in this last move, alts will pop. Alts like ETH will finally move well. Like alts will fly if this is gonna be correct. But for now, I think this little corrective piece is gonna happen. It makes the most sense for me. This is kind of a no man's land. You expect this to go all the way to the low side. It did once, but we already moved up and we didn't go to the high side, so we are definitely in bearish momentum. So I expect this to come all the way down to the reset side. If we were in a state of heavy bullish momentum, this would have ran to the high side, but we didn't do that. So I expect this to fully come down and reset before any particular buy scenario on this 1 hour, which also depicts that this moves to the lower side. Again, sorry if I'm a little zoomed out here. I could also do this to help with the visual. This vertical line depicts the time I estimate this corrective piece to take place. It has to be within a time frame of this degree here. You also expect it to at least hit a 1/3, but that also doesn't really happen often in crypto, so I'm expecting that line at least. So as long as we maintain this box, but I really expect this is going to hold for some reason. But don't be alarmed if we retrace like this, because I think it's going to be a bounce on Bitcoin. It just doesn't make sense. Like the subways here, it looks like we're missing this move here on the higher degree on this high side, which is this 4. Okay. Again, this is high time frame talk, so we're talking about high time frame. We're not really going to dive into low time frame. Let's get rid of some of this stuff for now. So I'm expecting at some point the ultimate target would be this 2.68 extension. That makes the most sense because we're kind of in a price discovery. So when you're in price discovery, you look for fib extensions and psychological numbers like 50,000, 60,000, and 65,000. Like those huge psychological numbers. And this matches pretty well. 2.68 lies just under 70,000, so that psychological number at 70,000. It would make sense to end there. Maybe at like 6666, just because Bitcoin's weird like that. And for some reason that weird fallacy tends to happen. But for now, I'm thinking this is a count, and we're in this final move here. This does not necessarily mean it's bearish. It means it's bearish for Bitcoin. If you looked at past history, Bitcoin topped, and then all the other alts ran. Okay, so I think it's going to do the same thing. Bitcoin's going to top, it's going to correct, and then when it's correct, alts will hold well. Some might not, but then as Bitcoin does this little corrective piece in here, alts are going to fly in here. Bitcoin's going to correct in here like this. I don't know exactly what price range, but I'm assuming somewhere in 30,000 is going to hold. This is a very strong block that will hold, in my opinion. Definitely on the first test, but in my opinion, it's going to hold at our new floor. And in this time span, alts will fly. This is the same type of scenario that happened. Phone just died. Here, Bitcoin topped, and then in this area right here, alts flew. It was alt haven here until about here. Then things started going bearish, and then obviously, yeah. But this idea is wrong, by the way. We have now if this shouldn't have broke that high if this was going to be right. So I'm now with the idea that this is truly an impulse that started from here. But I don't really have an exact count on that. I'm just assuming this is a major impulse at some degree. We'll get to that at some point. For now, all I'm worried about is this from this low point here. And that's what I have on the other chart. In my opinion, this move's still missing as well. So we may still make another high on Bitcoin because this is subjectively part of this here. One may argue it's of this degree, but then where do you account for this move at? You can't. It's the general thesis on Bitcoin here. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum is kind of weird here. I don't want us to start closing underneath. I'm not in really any trade right now. I'm also not really in any spot positions as well, just because I don't really have the clearest read on alts in terms of their structure. Ethereum's it's been very lackadaisical. It seems like a lot of the harsher moves have been to the downside as of late, so I've just been very cautious with it. So I took 70% out of my holdings on ETH and put it into USDT for now. But this is an idea. I threw out two ideas. I wasn't really sure on what was going to happen over the weekend when this low happened. So I wasn't trading this weekend. I was just letting price develop. Two things that happened over this during this development. Bitcoin made a new high, and in that high that Bitcoin made, it made a 5-wave impulse. And I really felt like this is a 5-wave impulse on ETH as well. So it's like, is this a truncation here? Very subjective. If that's a truncation, that's a very bearish truncation. Look how much lower it is from the high. So I was like, another idea, I was like, maybe this is a 1-2, but look at the angle of descent so far compared to this. This looks, bearish. So I'm wondering, if Bitcoin does retrace, I'm assuming Ethereum's going to also retrace with it. And, maybe this is a big corrective piece, and that's the buy still. But Ethereum's very subjective here. I really wish I would have got on that short, but I wasn't really paying attention today on the charts. I was hanging around with my grandparents and stuff, so went to visit them. They live about an hour and a half away, so it's a long drive. So, in my opinion, there's not really a trade on ETH at this very exact moment, unless you're using your really low time frames, maybe stop there, stuff like that. But hourly looks like it's in no man's land. You expect it to range. Go to the other opposite side, so I'm expecting this to reset, but we'll see. Let's throw out some levels here. Another thing that could happen, this could happen like this, right? Which I think this is probably going to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then A, B, C, whatever. Or A, B, C, whatever. Right? Hold these levels, whatever. 1, 2, and then that will be the bullish scenario. Obviously, this could be the high. In terms of Elliott wave structure, this is logical to say. You could say this is the top and we should move it down significantly. But do you really think that's going to happen? In terms of the whole space, I just really feel like we're missing that last sucker rally to bring in the entire herd, just like it was in 2017. But I could be wrong about that. I just really feel like we're missing that. There's so many alts out there that look good on the higher time frames. Just like I feel like we're missing that. So. I'm with the thesis and the idea that we're still bullish on the higher degree. We're missing some extensions on alts, and also on Bitcoin, you see my ideas. We're missing a 5th wave. To me, this makes the most sense on ETH in terms of structure now, not looking at it. And then we're going to make it like an ABC in here. Do some weird, wacky shit for a little bit, and then move up. We're not going to anticipate. It should take less time than this. If it doesn't, then we're probably wrong. If we end up correcting and doing some weird stuff up there, I'll probably be a little weary about what the hell we're going to do. So I anticipate this move to end before this vertical line. Okay. If this is truly going to extend like Bitcoin did, this is what's going to happen. But it might not happen. Extensions you can never assume from. You can assume from, but you can't really trust them until they're fully developed and it's proven. So how you do that is you wait for momentum to shift or structure to shift bullishly, stuff like that, highs to break, etc., etc. This makes the most sense to me, especially since the way we broke off that high. To me, this was like a 5-wave impulse. On Bitcoin, it made a 5-wave impulse and broke off a high as well. It made sense for Bitcoin to make a 5-wave impulse and a corrective 4. So why won't this correct with Bitcoin as well? I'm not going to probably trade too heavily on margin until I get a higher degree. I'm probably not going to trade too heavily on spot, because spot I usually look for like swings and stuff. Until I get a more of a idea, or we get to this low point, I'll probably buy down here, and then hopefully that we hold these levels and go higher. But for now, I'm going to just be playing the lower time frames, quick scalps, intraday day trades. But we'll cover those on Tuesday. If you're part of my group, we'll cover that tomorrow morning. So let's go on to Litecoin. Litecoin was very interesting as well. Because to me, again, this broke off in a 5 of, looks like a 5 of impulse to me. At first, I thought it was gonna be an A, B, C, but then this move, it didn't make sense now. It looks like a 5 of impulse that ended in like a lower diagonal, right? So it's just like, well, that's a delete all this stuff. As an alleyway wave trader, sometimes it's good to delete all your charts, all your numbers, all your letterings every once 1 week or 2 weeks. Just to see if you're gonna see the same thing. In my opinion, the count was this. So they look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I was anticipating A, B, C, and then we're running up higher, but 5 impulse. It could be an idea that it's a 1, 2, 1, 2, which is honestly the bullish idea, and honestly probably what I'm going to go with. Let's draw some levels on Litecoin, because again, Litecoin is very kind of a tough read on in terms of Elliott wave, so we're just going to go off levels. We got some nasty divergences, so 0, 1, 2. In order for us to truly reverse price, we need price to start trading below this level right here. Until it does that, we anticipate price to move and make a new high. Because there's divergence from this high to that high, right? And there's the low point here, and the most prominent order block is right here. One may argue probably this one, which is why we're holding it so well. But we already broke it and violated it, so we anticipated to break and test the lower one. That order block right there, or you could argue this one right here, this down move right here. Trading below it, so you anticipate this lower order block to get tested. The hourly, 5 hour looks pretty primed for a reset in Litecoin, so this is why I'm like, man, I'm thinking this Litecoin is going to stay bullish for us. Just like ETH is when that 1-2, well, Bitcoin does this weird corrective phase thing. This could be a subjective 1-2-1-2, so be very wary. If we start trading above 235, I'm probably going to buy into Litecoin with anticipation this is another 1-2 going in and now moving significantly up quickly. For now, I'm going to assume that if it tests lower, I'm going to buy that level. Everybody's going to think this is a fucking head and shoulders again type thing, right? A little bounce there. Head and shoulders going to moon, right? Some nasty hidden divergences are forming. Let's look at the daily real quick. Daily looks not too bad. It's the daily level right there. It doesn't look too bad. Hit a high side, and now we're kind of resetting. This is essentially your reset. This is when you're ranging in this top side like this or bottom side. That's when you're most bullish or most bearish on a higher degree. Yes, you anticipate a reversal at some point, but it's not proven until other things are shown, right? Hourly against in like no man's land on Litecoin. I don't like trading in middle ranges like this. I like trading on high, like if I see a move on the high side or low side. I don't really like trading mid range like this. Let's have a really strong, really strong Elliott wave count that I'm really trusting, but I've been more stingy with that, which has been more beneficial for my portfolio. Usually, if you're when it comes to an Elliott wave, if you're entering in the middle of a structure, you're entering in the middle of a phase. It's not at the end of a phase. So unless there's a triangle. But, yeah. So, I'm anticipating this in Litecoin. As long as 201 holds, I'm anticipating a bounce. Let's look at the golden pocket of this. It's probably near that level as well, 202. Well, I can't tell you when. If price gets to this level, then I'm going to be interested in a buy. I probably will put some spot buys here on, maybe on probably... I feel like Litecoin's going to outperform ETH. Just because Litecoin hasn't made an all-time high yet. Like ETH, like the rest of the coins have. That have in 2017. So just on the fact that we haven't reached the all-time high, we know that if we're gonna reach the all-time high, which I'm not like gonna say go all in on it or anything like that, any substantial type of thing. That's a good move. Yes, like Ethereum's in price discovery, and I'm saying, I'm not saying don't hold ETH, but ETH already made an all-time high, and we know that if the rest of the coins are going to be bullish, the ecosystem is going to be bullish, we can anticipate Litecoin also doing the same thing, which is a 70% move. If it gets to our level to buy in. I'm not really saying I don't like a buy here because I can't really make a read on it. This looks like a weird bearish formation at 400. It should break lower, like an A, B, C type thing. So I'm not really interested in a buy here. I'm going to be basically just all in USDT until levels are met or more price action is developed, and then I'll buy in spot. But again, I will trade lower time frames, but that's not going to be discussed today. Yeah, I assumed Bitcoin was going to drop. I wanted to short it, but I don't really like shorting the middle of moves and stuff like that. This is the reason why I tethered it up, though. Again, I told the group that we're going to move lower, so if you're in my group, this is literally exactly what I said. So, my opinion, we're going to do this. We're going to move down like this. I tethered it up, so that was a good thing. All right, contemplated shorting, but I'll wait till tomorrow. See what tomorrow holds. I'm gonna open my account up though. See what the fuck's up. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, my idea with all the coins, right, we're moving down before moving up. So if you're in my group, or if you even caught this stream, you know my thesis. I want to talk about this too before we get out of here because it'll be interesting. Just gotta talk about Tezos real quick. Thank God I didn't buy. I was very contemplative about buying that, but I didn't. I was like, wait for price structure to develop. Didn't do it. So, talking about Bitcoin. Yes, I do. I tried all cross leverage on low time frames with approximately a $10,000 account, which is not a big account at all. A big account at all compared to a lot of people in this space. That's just my day trading account. But this is what I anticipate on Bitcoin to test its neckline, 34,000-ish. Get people really bearish. I wouldn't, if we close underneath here, I wouldn't really be with it. Honestly, a hedge short wouldn't be the exactly worst thing in the whole world. On a higher degree, like I know that if this is truly a 5-way impulse, but I'm pretty positive we should not retrace this level here. So how I would play it if I was going to short this, it's just too low for me now, though. Short this as a hedge. Stop there. And you're targeting, there. But that's too, that would be a hedge position. But I don't like that. I missed that opportunity there. I'm willing to see what happens if we get down here. I'm tethered up, so I won't be hurt by this, but still. Would have been nice to get on that short. But yeah, I'm anticipating a test of here. Again, I just really think this was a 5-way impulse that finished here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 3 was right here. Ended right here. That's a high. 4, 5. This looks like a very... But again, if you haven't caught this real quick, let's cover it real quick. I just don't think we're done on a high degree. I think this move's done. think it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was it? This could go all the way to this level and be bullish still. But I anticipate it to be very similar in price and time of this. Very similar. So I'll anticipate there. Bounce, which lines up with my idea that we're making this medium head and shoulders, break that neckline, get everybody super bearish, everybody caught shorting or selling right here, and then it just goes up one more time, and then everybody buys the top, and then we die. Classic rinse out. But I could be wrong. Obviously. If we bounce up here, that'll be a hallelujah opportunity because I will short the living piss out of that. Praying that we do, but I don't think we will. Praying that we get this little thing here, and then we get to short that. One, two, three, four, five. I saw this little ABC, but this looks like it's too quick. I figured we're gonna have more price action happen, but especially since we haven't made this is like we're kind of trading in no man's land in terms of time, so we anticipate a major move to be made at like midnight, which just lines up at midnight here. So I'm just hesitant on that, like wanting to short that. But if this does move up here, know that I'm gonna short that. My stop will be this just above the 786 of this current move down, because that's my rules. If we're truly in a reversal, we will not retrace over 786, which is right there. So the common place I put my stop is in the red zone, which is right here. So my position would look something like this if we get this trade. Shorting your break of that high. Intraday swing high. But we might not get it. The way this looks, the way this candle looks right here, this looks like it's going to keep going. So I wouldn't short this because there's no really logical place where I stop. To me, if you have an easy chance of just getting rinsed. And you're just FOMO shorting if you're really doing that at this level. But I just don't FOMO like that, so. Again, I tethered up on that high. I wish I would have shorted though. Fuck. Oh well. So again, the trade will look like something like this. Target this box down here. A phenomenal trade opportunity if we get it. Looking to short anywhere in this area here. This would be a hot target short right here. Should I sell now? That's on you, man. The reason I sold is because I wanted to make. I counted multiple fifth wave terminations here. I know this has a high chance of having a decently corrective piece of the downside. I'm willing to rebuy lower, so that's why I sold. I wish I would have shorted, but it's all good. It never hurts to take profit, especially on the positions you bought on lower, which been in this move, been in spot since down here. So I'm happy and content with this move. So I sold. If we test down here, I'll probably buy again with anticipation this is going to be that count in spot. Leverage trading will be lower time frame, stuff like that. Again, I wish I would have took that as a leverage trade, but I knew I had this to do and didn't really want to tend to anything like that. But what a good opportunity. Oh well. Moving on. We haven't covered Tezos, so let's cover Tezos, and then we have to cover ICX, and we get out of here. And for Carol Visage, I do again. I do cross leverage, so um, uh, I don't choose my leverage. It's automatically chosen. Trying to find a chart I had. I know I had a chart that goes on in a further time frame. See, I think it's not cracking. Nope. There we go. I'm still with this. I don't know where we're at in this, though. I'm still with it, though. To me, this looks like one just impulsive phase. Let's start it here. And we're in a corrective A, B, C. If we break that high, I'm buying. If we get below, get down to here, I'll be a buyer as well. This is a no trade. This is a no position for me, but I'm very interested in Tezos on a high degree for potential 100% gains. So this is the more important high. We can lose this high on a retrace as long as this one holds on the close and retrace. I do not use Robinhood. I don't like Robinhood. They sell your information, bro. Fuck that. So, yeah. So that's the idea. But right now I'm in no trade. I have no position on Tezos. But this is the idea that we're in ABC. I'm willing to take a shot here or on a break of $5.13. Okay. Let's go to ICX. Wow, it's rounding even higher. Series of threes. 3, 3, 3. So this is probably a diagonal of something. Gotta make sure it makes sense, because might not though. Guess it barely does. We just went over XTZ. So that idea won't work. Yeah, I just covered XTZ. Let's rewind it. It should be there. I'm not liking this price action really out of this, so. This is very, very strange. The only thing that makes sense at this very point is like if we're going to continue on an impulse, so expanding diagonal, which is possible. but not sure. I'm not gonna trust the Elliott wave count on this in terms of where we're at now. Let's go on levels. This is a significant level I wanted to hold on SFP, but I don't know if we're gonna do that. So we need to find some bullish order blocks that of significance. Obviously, this one is one. The next one we have to be very worried about is this one. If this one breaks, I'll be pretty bearish. We'll make already here, but so far not looking too hot here. So I do not have any dodge. Truncation there. No, yeah. I'm fully aware with Bitcoin looking ugly. I have us going lower at Bitcoin, so I'm not tripping about us looking ugly. The anticipation was that we're gonna move lower on basically everything. Especially when we get that pop, but it's probably not gonna happen. Usually don't get two good opportunities. Two shots at a good opportunity. So on ICX. I was really hoping this is not going to be like an extra scam pump thing. So, levels that we have to hold on a daily level, I would really like this high here to hold on a daily level and close, but I might not do it. So if we end up closing below this level here, I'll be really bearish. And I'll probably exit my ICX positions from down here. Just because I wouldn't know exactly what's going on in an Elliott wave perspective on a higher degree, which I usually do like to have a decent idea of Elliott wave on the highest degree. That usually plays out pretty fucking well. So these are the two level stages on the 5-hour time frame though. This is the closest prominent order block right there, along with this one right here. But this one's already been violated partially. So I'm expecting this one to hold. Watch for like maybe a wick like this, and then close in here. If it closes above that level, that'll be really good. Watch this trend line too. This trend line break coupled with the SFP of that level, that might be a good buy. But for now, I wouldn't be. Let's look at some divergences. 0, 1, 2. So yeah, this level has to be broken on a close in order for a true reversal to happen on ICX. Bitcoin. The 5-hour is fully looking prime for a buy opportunity on ICX. So this is like super reset. You need some divergence to form on RSI though, which we haven't got yet. Okay, so we'll cover. I think we're done. I think you said I want to cover ETH real quick before we're out. I'm with the anticipation again. On the highest degree, we're missing bullish phases. So, I am sorry. I am sorry. Someone making me laugh. Shoot. What was I say? I'm with the idea that on the highest degree we're still in an impulsive phase, and as long as these levels hold, I'm still with that. So this is a golden box, and this golden box lines up pretty well to this order block on a daily level. So this little move here is a little running flat that formed, confirmed by that engulfing candle, and so it's gonna move lower. I'm anticipating this to bounce here. That's why I'm thinking, Ethereum's gonna do that weird rangy stuff or corrective phase, while this also does that too. And then when this finds a low, it'll also find a low, and Bitcoin be doing its weird corrective phase I was talking about, and everything else should fly. Get it back above this level on Bitcoin, ETH BTC, I'll be bullish. Okay. So again, if you aren't accustomed or aware what we do during this segment on the weekend, is all higher time frame, not trades, but ideas technical analysis using Elliott wave principle, coupled with a few other things I use. But mostly just Elliott wave and the wave principle and time. And during the week is where I actually participate and actually, well, if I see a trade, I'll trade it out, enter it, tell you guys, stuff like that. We actually, like, we call it hunting for day trades. So we're like literally hunting and looking for a setup to trade into in that particular hour or 2 hour segment, or within that day. So that's on Tuesday, and that usually pops off at either 3 or 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is inside the New York closing block, which is one of my favorite times of trade. Bitcoin's trading low. I really wish I took that short. Hesitated. Happens. Whatever. Moving on. I exited into what do you call it? USDT. I tethered it up, so I'm happy I didn't take any losses in that aspect. So, yeah. So, yeah. Thank you all. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, and before that, I'll let you guys ask me any questions like that before we get out of here. And yeah, thank you. If you found this insightful, helpful, took it anything from this, hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe button. I appreciate it all. Tell me what you like, you hate, what you want more of in the comment section, and I'll be sure to peep those, and I'll appreciate any feedback I get. I want to make this as beneficial and insightful and informative to y'all, and so the only way I can learn how to do that and do a better job of that is if I get more feedback from you guys and girls. So do that, and I appreciate you immensely. And 26,000 coins just left the private wallet and was deposited on Gemini. Damn, I actually want to short and really piss out of it right now. What coin has the best short setup right now? Fuck. No, for real though. That's not good. That's for sure a little flat that formed there. But anyways, again, I was with the idea of moving lower, so I'm just kind of sad I didn't get the short. It is what it is. I tethered it up. Can't be mad. Fuck it. All right. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to again follow me, follow my team, hit the like, subscribe, whatever buttons, and again, tell me what you hate, tell me what you want more of, and I'll be sure to look at all that. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll catch you on Tuesday. I'll tell you, you have to be following me or hit the. What's better? Subscribe, hit the notification button. You never miss a beat. I'll almost always stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays on either starting at 3 or 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to catch that New York closing block, which is a very fun block to trade into. All right, so catch you then. This has been your boy, Toshi, mother effing heavy. Peace the F out.